Throughout this whole Marvel Rivals drama, most of the attention has been on CCFPS and Zaza stacks. But what if I told you the third girl is actually worse and more evil than both of them? Let me introduce to you SS Sniper Wolf from Temu, or should I say Luciyasa. Before the tournament, she was actually best friends with Kingsman and was his ranked duo, only for her to stab him in the back, turn on him in the middle of a tournament for these girls she's never met, and make absolutely disgusting comments about him after he got kicked. So today I'm going to be basically exposing Luciyasa for the absolutely awful stream she did on her Twitch after the Deadpool tournament. She tried to delete it, but luckily these absolute chads created a website called luciyasa.pages.dev where you can view all of her deleted VODs, where she talked about the situation and made some very disturbing comments. Because the thing is guys, when this situation blew up in the media, it was mostly CCFPS that got most of the hate because she was already quite a big figure in the Marvel Rivals community. And Zaza Stacks also got a lot of attention because of what her and her boyfriend Cat Plunk did, and the fact she refused to get off Widow whilst going 0-5 with 200 ping. That became a whole meme. And well, Luciyasa, she never got that much backlash because she is a very small streamer. But now fans have done more digging and realized she is worse than both of the other girls, especially when you consider the fact she was good buddies with Kingsman, only to betray him. So let's go over this stream she did where she kind of went over everything but then ended up looking like an idiot. And before I actually roll the first clip, she literally started the stream in sub only mode and made the title of the stream "I need this, I'm kinda homeless," which I think is a sad attempt at begging for subs to pretty much milk all the attention she got from the drama. So the first thing she responded to in this VOD was when she compared Kingsman to Israel, and if you haven't seen that clip, I'ma play it for you now.
I have a genuine question. Like seriously, answer this. Even if you support Kingsman, whatever, support Kingsman like it's fucking Israel. Anyways.
Ah yes, comparing a Twitch drama to one of the most violent conflicts currently on the planet. Very normal behavior. Definitely something a well-adjusted person says when they're totally in the right. And let's just read some of the replies under this clip. Using Israel that's committing a genocide to compare it to a broke college kid, weird. Ain't no way this fella just compared a college student trying to win a tournament worth $40,000 to a country committing genuine war crimes onto innocents. Yeah, no way she compared a broke college kid to a effing Israel, dog, the F. So yeah, as you can see, this was probably the worst thing on planet Earth, someone said on that day, and we managed to see it all live. But yeah, it's just hilarious how these girls will never take accountability. Instead of responding to what she actually did or said, she jumps to "people are just blindly siding against us," absolutely deflecting any criticism. Anyways, let me play you her response.
Why did you compare him to Israel? Okay. Great question. I didn't compare him to Israel. My thing is, oh my god, I'm gonna turn off alerts because I can't really talk like this. My thing is, dude, this one was actually just fucking crazy, and it sounds so bad too. When I said support Kingsman like it's supporting Israel, it was like I was saying the thing of like support, not specifically you supporting Kingsman is supporting Israel. It was the statement of support Kingsman or support Zaza. Like it's just I thought saying like supporting this is just like, I thought it was ridiculous. That's why I said it. I honestly do regret saying it, but it was just like, I don't know. I guess it was just like in bad taste. But at the end of the day, you're like, guys, I am a Lebanese Arab. Like I have 100% donated more. I even had what do you call it, not that this is an excuse, but I'm saying I have definitely donated more than all of you guys combined to Palestinians. I literally have family there. I don't know really what yeah, anyways.
So firstly, she admits that she shouldn't have said it, but then uses the excuse, well, you know, I didn't mean it that way. And then she says, and I quote, "I have donated more than any of you have to Palestinians." So in summary, she said this: "Oh guys, my bad, I shouldn't have said that, but actually it's fine because I didn't mean it that way. Also, I've donated more than you. Also, I'm Lebanese. Also, I have family in Palestine. So actually, I win this argument." So it's basically an Uno reverse card apology. Incredible technique technique. She's literally a 99 overall manipulator. Again, it's ridiculous how she thinks any of those things excuse what she said. It's like she's trying to have a moral flex off. Yeah, I said something bad, like all these things I've done. And as usual, it's just an attempt to shift the focus away from the actual issue people have, which is her weird comments. Like, none of these girls have ever actually said, yeah, I'm sorry, my bad, 100% my fault. It's always, yeah, probably shouldn't have done that, but actually, followed with 5 different excuses. And on Twitter, I actually found more concerning comments she made. It seems like these are her old friends or gaming buddies, and they leaked some DMs they had. So Kitty Kent posted on Twitter, I remember being warned about Luciyasa being a piece of poop last year, and honestly, seeing other recent events surface, I'm not shocked that she's being called out. So Kent is messaging one of her friends, had the #1 Sue pull up my career on her stream and she was shook at my stats. So it seems like Luciyasa pulled up Ken's stats on her stream. On TikTok, I absolutely despise her. Oh my god, she's so insufferable. She hangs out with like genuinely racist people and just doesn't care. So I feel behind the screen she is. This girl, Luciyasa, yeah. Oh, her friends were talking about people looking like Jews and smelling like an Indian or some stuff was effing insane on stream. Yeah, that's gross. And if you think that's bad, she would get clipped calling Kingsman chatters PDF files.
Because your chat has fucking pedophiles in it.
What? What? Yo, what the fuck?
Honestly, I gotta give props to Kingsman for even duoing with this girl in the first place, because she seems like a total airhead. Like, anything that comes out her mouth is just straight garbage. Going through this VOD, I'm genuinely molding. I don't know how Kingsman puts up with her for hours every single day. Now, the next thing Luciyasa will talk about is, are her and Kingsman okay? And the way she phrases it is hilarious, because she makes it sound like Kingsman is the one that did something wrong. Let me just play you guys a clip.
Okay, bro, you're giving me like a sarcastic ass question. I was just trying to decipher it. Are you and Kingsman okay though? I wouldn't say I am okay with Kingsman. I don't know if he's okay with me. I doubt it. I'm not okay with him, and I don't think he's okay with me.
She says I'm not okay with him, as if she has like a reason to be upset with him. She might just be slow and she didn't realize how she phrased it. Anyways, the next thing she would cover is her so-called apology with Kingsman, which is barely an apology. She basically said, sorry bro, which is kind of pathetic.
This is the freaking screenshot. I asked him, Kingsman, are you doing all right? He said, no, I'm not. I said, dude, why didn't you stop? I tried to tell you to shush. This was after he told, what Zaza said, you're making me feel like shit. I told him to shut the fuck up. Because honestly, I'm gonna double down on that. He should have. When a teammate says you're making me feel like shit, like, just stop, bro. You're ruining her mental. She's gonna play worse. Honestly, it's just not it. The best thing you can do for someone who's not gonna swap is try to encourage them to play better. That's why I was glazing her. Regardless, I already said that. He said, I did nothing wrong, Lucy. I'm gonna make a video about it. And I said, okay, that's fine, but I don't think it's fair to say you did nothing wrong. You were on Zaza for a while, days, and you could hear it in her voice. She was getting upset. And I said, oh no, he's sorry. He said, no, don't worry. I'm actually gonna explain everything. And I said, well, all right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about you getting kicked. I was excited to be on the same team as you. Yeah, same. And then he said, bro, I rewatched and you rage baited me so hard. And then, yeah.
I don't know why throughout this whole situation, Cece and Lucy are also trying so hard to defend Zaza. Like, if my teammate is going 0-5 with 200 ping, with $40,000 on the line, well, hell yeah, I'm going to tell her to swap characters. I don't know why they think it's better to basically lie to Zaza's face, like, oh yeah girl, you're going 0-5 as Widow and completely throwing our games. But it's okay, keep it up, we need good vibes and good mental. Basically, they want to allow Zaza to throw away this money because they don't want her to feel bad for sucking at Marvel rivals. If you're such a child, you probably should not be on the internet, let alone in a competitive tournament. I think it just shows you how different girls are from dudes in a competitive environment. Like, if your friend is genuinely playing ass, you will tell him he's a useless ape. Whereas the girls, they will sugarcoat it, everything's okay, keep the vibes up, which honestly, their logic has zero sense. And if we look at her apology, not only is it pathetic, but she once again tries to shift the blame away from herself. So here is her message of Kingsman. She said, Kingsman, are you doing alright? No, I'm not. Dude, why didn't you stop? I tried to tell you to shush. And this is her referencing where she told him to shut the F up, by the way. which is not the nicest way to tell someone to shush. I did nothing wrong, Lucy, I'm going to make a video about it. Okay, that's fine, but I don't think it's fair to say you did nothing wrong. You were on Zaza for a while and you could hear it in her voice, she was getting upset. Well yeah, as I've already said loads of times in this video and my other video, she's going 0-5 on 200 ping and still plays Widow even though they're getting destroyed. Anyways, no, don't worry, I'm actually going to explain everything. Well, alright, and get ready for her apology. I'm sorry about you getting kicked. I was excited to be on the same team as you. Now again, this is level 10 manipulation. She says, I'm sorry about you getting kicked. Not sorry that I got you kicked. Not sorry that we got you kicked. Not sorry that we threw the tournament. Again, just refuse to take accountability. And straight after she says sorry and shows a little bit of accountability for actually apologizing, she then tries to like emotionally flip it and goes, I was excited to be on the same team as you. And honestly, this chatter here says it perfectly. You said sorry about you getting kicked out. That's not an apology for you backstabbing him and taking turns with random e-girls bullying him. I mean, like, it's like a half apology. Like, I'm sorry about you getting kicked. It's like, yeah, she's kinda sorry. Not fully. She's just kinda saying it to get on good terms with him. If you had to actually ask her why she's sorry, she'd be like, I don't know. But guys, I donated the money to Palestine. Yeah, these e-girls need to be stopped, bro. And again, back to the part where she said, I was excited to be on the same team as you. She tries to make it seem like she didn't want to get him kicked. But there's actually a clip of her saying she agrees with him being kicked, which is from a previous stream she did right after the tournament, or I think it was maybe even during the tournament after he got kicked.
I have a genuine question. If you are Basim, I'm thinking about it. If you are Basim, you're holding a tournament, you have so many people lined up. You have people like Moxie, Mark Deasy, like these people are lined up. These are all some big hitters too. You have some big hitters lined up, and one of these people is kind of like pressuring another person to swap. Admittedly, after he has, like, we can all agree, Kingsman was told to stop. He was told to stop asking. He was. Everybody, like, even ask him, I'm pretty sure he'll agree. He was told to stop asking. Like, being very pushy about it. After being told no multiple times, still continues. You, as the tournament host, somebody's being very pushy about something, not really wanting a widow. I don't want a widow. What do you think you would do? You have Mark Deasy in your back pocket. You have Moxie in your back pocket. It is what it is. Like, if you don't appreciate or you don't enjoy the team that you're on, then you can leave. I feel like that's like the mindset as like a host. I'm trying to think of it from Basim's perspective. If I have some big hitters lined up and you're just complaining and nagging the whole time, bro, then just go. I got somebody lined up. I have Mark Deasy, Moxie.
So her whole explanation is pretty wrong. Just because someone is telling one of their teammates to switch character, but they're too much of a baby to handle a little bit of criticism, that is not a valid reason to kick someone from a tournament. And also, if you actually watch Kingsman's video, he asked Zaza if she can play other characters, and she said yeah, she can, which is why Kingsman probably suggested she switches in the first place. But anyways, you see how in this clip she talks about how she thinks Basim, who is a tournament organizer, was in the right to kick Kingsman, and that she agrees with his choice. Well, funnily enough, in this deleted VOD we're going over, she would do a full 180, completely contradict herself, and say she never actually wanted Kingsman kicked in the first place.
But I thought you and Kingsman were friends. I literally saw you play together at the end of the season. It really surprised me that you defended a random over friend. Did you and Kingsman work things out? I apologize that he got kicked out of the tourney, because had I known that Basim was gonna kick him out, I would have went and defended it. I would have said voted against it.
Yes, so you see how in both of those clips she's saying complete opposite things. In the first one, right after the tournament, she's like, yep, Kingsman should have been kicked, I agree with the decision. But after she got all the backlash, she's trying to, I guess, pretend she's on our side, or Kingsman's side. She was defending him all along and never wanted him to get kicked in the first place, and would have voted against it if she had the chance. And this is the exact same pattern for all of the girls. Like, after Kingsman was kicked, Cece was on TikTok and Discord calling him a loser and saying now they've got a better team without him. But after she got loads of criticism, she's apologizing and saying she wasn't the one that got him kicked, when she clearly doesn't actually feel that way. She's just pretending to protect her public image. Now, the next thing she would bring up is hilarious, because it's the exact same thing Zaza brought up, that apparently people are being racist and sexist towards them.
I wouldn't talk to someone that low-key put me on blast either. I mean, guys, like, I don't, like, it's a lot of just straight sexism, and it's like you have like Kingsman fans, and then you also have just sexists just taking this opportunity. Also racist. Earlier in my chat, they were just spamming a word. Like, it's like, bro, I don't really know. I know Kingsman's not sexist, but it's just like, you know, I don't know. I don't really know what to say about that. I'm just not interested in being his friend. And everybody's taking this opportunity to kind of just hop on the bandwagon here and just be sexist.
Zaza uses this as an excuse to turn off all her comments on all of her social medias, but in reality, no one was really being sexist or racist. Maybe one comment from some private hidden account. It was just an excuse to turn off all her comments so she doesn't get hate. To me, it just feels like they're trying to make themselves victims in this situation and get us to feel bad for them. I mean, we could even talk about how Cece put on the squeaky eagle or the higher pitched squeaky eagle voice, like the cute anime voice. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, in her apology video or explanation video, her voice is pitched up so she sounds cuter, if that makes sense. If you compare it to how she normally speaks in her stream, it's completely different. Yeah, let me know in the comments, guys, have you seen any racist or sexist comments? I've seen a couple that say like, yeah, these eagles are crazy, these eagles need to be stopped, but I wouldn't say that's sexist, like it's just a joke. I'm yet to see any actual insults. For me, it's just people pointing out she's a snake and a terrible human being. Like, don't get me wrong, there's probably a couple comments out there, small 1% of her comments, which do say very nasty things, but that's just the internet. And again, it just seems like another attempt at deflecting any criticism towards her, because here she's basically saying, well guys, now I'm getting hate, I'm the victim here. And I've literally found another segment here where she completely contradicts herself and ruins her own apology. So I'll play both of these clips one after another, but in the first one here, she says she's not sorry for telling Kingsman to shut the F up, but then later she says she wish she handled it differently.
Do you wish you handled things any differently? Great question. Okay, I'll try to stop being a little bit corny, but yeah, I do think that I shouldn't have been like rage baity. Me and Kingsman were friends, and the relationship that we had with each other, it's like when you're on the game, you rage bait each other, bro. He would rage bait me and I'd rage bait him. But I think I did it at such a bad time, which is fair. I do wish I hadn't rage baited at such a freaking, whoa, that person's being racist. Okay, I wish I didn't do it at such a bad time. In regards to me telling him to shut the fuck up, that is the only thing I think I am 100% justified in, because Zaza said, you're making me feel like shit. When somebody on your team is like saying that, I'm immediately just put off. And yeah, I don't know. That's the only time I'm only gonna like defend that specific moment.
And to prove to you guys she's learned absolutely nothing from this entire situation, later in this VOD she would start ranting that Basim kicked Kingsman, then changed his decision and said he shouldn't have been banned, which is the right thing to do. He's the only person in this situation who is willing to take accountability and apologize for his mistakes. And you know what Luciyasa goes ahead and does? She calls him the biggest loser ever. Yep, she insulted someone after complaining she's getting hate and insults in her comments. What?
And he was like, whoa, she said your FPS is making my frames, or your negativity is making my frames drop. Dude, really? That one wasn't even like, really? Bro, Basim is the biggest like loser of all time.
So this makes no sense to me. This entire time she's apologizing for how she handled Kingsman and the entire situation, but crashes out and calls Basim a loser for actually apologizing. Guys, honestly, I could rant about her for another 10 minutes and keep on going through this VOD to find more clips, but I'm genuinely struggling to process her train of thought. Anything that comes out her mouth is just straight nonsense. And Basim would react to Luciyasa calling him a loser.
Also, there's other things about Basim out there that, hey, if you want to look into it, but there's other shit on Basim out there. And Basim, if you're in here, bro, you are the biggest sellout of all time. You kick Kingsman out, and then you don't even properly clear shit up, and you scream and shout for the Kingsman fans to all just be on your side because you switch sides because you don't want hate, you don't want heat, which is fine, but it's just,
Who the f wants hate? Who the f wants fucking heat? Explain explain to me one person who wants hate. Tell me that for 1 second. But you know how you avoid that? You take accountability for your actions. Oh my god, dude. When you figure out somebody's wrong, you take accountability. That's it. That's it. And there's a hate. There's some shit. Bro, dude, what the kind of person did everybody think I am? I made a wrong decision as a tournament host, but what the people think I am? Just some secret racist, just some absolute misogynistic pig? Like, what do people think I am? Like, what does she think I am? You know, I've never played with her. I've never duo-queued with her.
And really, he summed it up perfectly. If you don't want hate, just take accountability. As this guy said in the replies, of all people involved in this drama, pretty sure Basim is the one who actually took accountability for his actions. So it's hilarious how throughout this whole situation, all we wanted was for all these girls just to take accountability for what they did. We don't care about your massive Twitter apologies or explanations. All you have to do was say sorry. Yes, we treated Kingsman badly, and that's it. Just own up to your mistake. But instead, they decided to drag it out and ruin their careers and potentially lives. So I guess let me know your thoughts on the situation. Do you think Luciyasa is the worst girl out of the three, or is Cece worse, or is Zaza worse? Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.